Hey there, folks. It's Zach at Feel Free to Argue. Looks like we're already in the realm of sex with children in the presidential race. Let's look at the new John McCain ad on education and some of the claims he made there. Let's look at the specifics of the bill that he is criticizing Obama for supporting. We'll talk a little bit about how Obama is responding to McCain in general. And finally, I'll show how I would have responded to this ad and the way I think Obama should. So let's have a look at this what McCain actually says in his ad. Obama's one accomplishment: legislation to teach comprehensive sex education to kindergartners. Learning about sex before learning to read? Barack Obama. Wrong on education, wrong for your family. Extremely hard-hitting language in this. Comprehensive sex education right next to kindergarten. Sex before learning to read. Wrong, wrong. Very powerful, condemning, value-laden language. But how terrible is this bill? And is this really what it's talking about? Absolutely not. Reading now directly from the bill, and this bill was designed at that level to be age appropriate for kindergartners. In other words, just trying to protect them from sexual predators. This is reading directly from the bill. However, course material and instruction shall discuss and provide for the development of positive communication skills to maintain healthy relationships and avoid unwanted sexual activity. Course material and instruction shall teach pupils how to say no to unwanted sexual advances, and shall include information about verbal, physical, and visual sexual harassment, including, without limitation, non-consensual sexual advances, non-consensual physical sexual contact, and rape by an acquaintance. The course material and instruction shall contain methods of preventing sexual assault by an acquaintance. And this is like the majority of sexual assault at this point. And Obama has addressed these things very clearly in the past before. In a debate with his opponent in the Senate race, Alan Keyes, Keyes brought up this exact issue. And this was Obama's response. We have an existing law that mandates sex education in the schools. We want to make sure that it's medically accurate and age appropriate. I'll give you an example, because I have a 6-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old daughter. And one of the things my wife and I talk to our daughter about is the possibility of somebody touching them inappropriately, and what that might mean. And that was included specifically in the law, so that kindergartners are able to exercise some possible protection against abuse. Because I have family members as well as friends who suffered abuse at that age. Well, I do too. I've known people who suffer from child sexual abuse. And it's a horrific thing. It follows them throughout their lives. It poisons their future relationships. It's a very, very serious and very important thing. I think it's something that, all parents legitimately, care about. But this bill, that's what it was designed to combat at that age. Yes, later on there might be more graphic discussions of actual sexual acts and what is and isn't appropriate and how to protect yourself. But what we're talking about down here is manipulative, non-consensual sex by predators and trying to protect kindergartners from it. So all this strong language in the McCain ad, reminding you of it once again, the comprehensive sex education to kindergartners, sex before learning to read, wrong, wrong. This is actually in the service of a lie. That's not what the bill was about. It was not about giving comprehensive sex education to children. It was about protecting them from sexual predators. But the McCain ad is so much more visceral than any kind of response that I've seen coming out of the Obama camp so far. And you've got to combat these things on the same emotional level. I mean, Obama keeps saying that the American people are smarter than that. No, they're not. They're not smarter than that. You have to put it on the same level. These elections are fought and won on the level of emotion and imagery. Yes, people, there are some people who are swayed by your policies, but there are a whole lot of people who are swayed by these kinds of emotional arguments. And if you leave this emotional argument, and you don't respond to it on a similarly emotional level, you are going to lose. So, how do you respond to an argument like this? How do you react on the same level? Well, here's my suggestion for how Obama could respond to this. Why does John McCain want to help pedophiles target your child? He recently aired an ad attacking Barack Obama for supporting a bill to help kindergartners defend themselves from sexual predators, even though 1 in 7 victims of child sexual abuse is under the age of 6. These programs have proven success increasing the reporting of these crimes, leading to arrests for perpetrators and treatment for the victims. But John McCain wants your child to be helpless when sexual predators come to call. Barack Obama, because it takes more than ignorance to protect our children. Now that is striking back at the same kind of emotional level that the crap in the McCain ad was fighting at. And the difference is, this is true and the McCain ad is a lie. So, if Obama wants to have a chance in this election, it's not just about getting angry and fighting back, but it's like responding to these things on the exact same level as, the other side is fighting on. Rove is not afraid of hurting people's feelings. And if there are Democrats out there saying, this brings us down to the level of our opponents, it's like, no, it doesn't. Because what McCain is pandering in this ad is a complete lie, and Obama is telling the truth. And considering basically that what, the McCain ad is trying to foster is this image of Barack Obama showing hustler to kindergartners, I think some outrage in the response is not only okay, it's absolutely necessary. As always, you can feel free to argue.